with California Day of the Teacher. Even without being in a classroom or with students, teachers are as busy as always trying to meet the needs of their students from long distance. While we may not be the heroes like the frontline workers and first responders, we appreciate the recognition for our commitment and efforts for our students. Finally, preparations are already in place for next year. The district has posted the first round of teaching vacancies 2020 and 2021. The postings include 10 elementary positions and 20 secondary positions. These include openings for special ed and alternative education. I am very disappointed, however, that we are currently not posting for elementary PE teachers. 18 months ago, we saw these two positions slated to be cut with CTE positions at the high school, junior ROTC at RHS, the added positions at TMS and RHS, and ROTC came back as California Cadet Corps at both the high school and the middle school. The CTE programs were restored, and we have 4 CTE positions at Roseman High School for next year. There's a full-time added position at Roseman High School, and a part-time added assignment may be added at Tropical. Lastly, the health program at RHS is being put back in place with a full-time position or possibly 1.5 FTE. Once again, all the focus seems to be on the secondary schools, while the teachers and educational program at the elementary schools are set aside. I urge the district and the board to give this careful examination. You need to make good on your statement that you want to see a proper and appropriate physical education program with full-time teachers at the elementary sites. Thank you.
Thank you. We don't have a CSU report. So next on the agenda is CEO report.
Thank you. It's continuing to be challenging times, and part of our obligations are to not only take care of what's on the table for today, but to look forward and try and address the things that are coming down the road. To that end, this week I happen to have in the next 2 days, 3 webinars engaging around specific subjects. One being the weekly CBO meeting, with their updates on the budget. Between those meetings, I've been staying in touch with Steve Pattern and Jeff Payne, just to make sure that we're on track with our own process, specifically for Southern Kern. And Jeff and I had a good conversation today. We both ended the conversation, but maybe we need to pause on these weekly meetings because we get new information that's inconclusive, and we change it the next week. So I don't have anything really new and concrete to share in that front, but the new continuing to unfold and continuing to stay engaged to make sure that we know what's happening moving forward. And the other 2 pieces are the webinar on what will food service have to do to change and accommodate their new environment moving forward next year. So we're trying to stay current with those things and those ideas as they're coming out, not only continue to serve our students and schedule right now, but as we prepare for next year, and hopefully back in session for the time that business that we use. And then the third webinar will be about new practices and standards for making exam type of schools. And that's a webinar with the EPA in Washington, D.C. It's recommended by a couple of our groups, including our insurance group. So, trying to have a bunch of information.
Okay, thank you.
Associate Superintendent, Service.
Good evening. Our distance learning seems to be continue to go well. Our parents are ready and willing to drop off those packets, pick them up. So everybody's kind of gotten into that routine. We're very thankful that we have our staff, teachers, classified their ability to come and pass out those packets and collect those packets. washing hands and temperatures when they arrive, those types of things. So that also is going well. We also have an upcoming professional development opportunity for teachers and some of our administrators. That is on our agenda to approve. And it's an extension of the Capturing Kids' Hearts that we have done on several different occasions. It's more of a leadership role. This time it'll be Zoom. So they will, it'll be over 2 days. So it's planned for Tuesday and Wednesday, the 19th and 20th. And it'll be 3 hours on the 19th and then 3 hours on the 20th. So really looking forward to that opportunity for them.
Is this time for board or Zoom?
I don't know what it would have been if it wasn't Zoom. They have it's called Leadership Blueprint, where it's for strictly administrators. This is for teachers, so I'm not really familiar with their regular cost on that, but they also get, along with that 3 hours, then part of the leadership training is they'll have the teachers send an email to different people that know them, and part of that is they have to pick adjectives. So the people that are doing this little quiz, they pick adjectives that describe that person, and then they come back with sort of a profile, and so they get like a 40-minute private conversation with some of the top senior people at Capturing Kids' Hearts, just to talk about, your strengths and your weaknesses and how you, overcome some of those weaknesses and, build upon your strengths. So there's a lot involved in the professional development. A good tool for that.
Thank you. I want to take this opportunity to publicly thank our teachers. I did send them all an email the other day at the beginning of the week for Teacher Appreciation, but I want to publicly thank them and acknowledge the work that they are currently doing, because they had very little time to transition from an in-class teaching environment to distance learning. And I can only say thank you to all of our teachers and administrators who are out there who did this fairly effortlessly. And some of them created their own packets, and they're just working with the kids daily in their Google online classroom. So again, thank you to all of our teachers, and I really appreciate what they are doing. I also want to say that the entire team at West Park Elementary, they are now in week 6 of providing supervision, which was the third of 4 mandates given to us by Governor Newsom. And the team that's been there, they're all volunteers. Every day we have a different custodian volunteering, and sometimes they're there a couple of days a week. The secretary's been there for 6 weeks. Miss Lacey has been there for 6 weeks, and I keep telling them, take some time off. I don't need you, I need, everybody. I can rotate other people. I've had several volunteers, but they want to be there, and the gals who are actually in the classroom with the students, providing the instruction and the supervision and working with the kids on their packets. Everyone, just kudos to them. And I also want to say to our child nutrition team, they have just been in the trenches since the first day that we were in spring break, and we started feeding our children not only breakfast but lunch, and now we're feeding them 3 meals a day: breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And I think we started the dinner component on, I want to say, around April 6th. So time is flying, but yet that's a lot of work. And we feed anywhere between about 1,400 to 1,700 students a day, 3 meals. And I know that because I have to monitor it for Kern County. So to all the child nutrition team, and everybody has just been so gracious to come out and work, and we're not back in full swing yet. We're going to bring back quite a few of our employees on Monday, with hopes that on May 18th, our entire district office team and the site teams will be back in full force. That's our goal, May 18th, to have everybody back. And I also wanted to just share something with you that, as Jonathan mentioned, that these times, the Zoom meetings that we have to attend, they're like becoming, I don't want to use the word annoying, that's not a good word, because I know the intent is, they mean very well, but the messages are becoming more and more dismal every Zoom meeting. So I just want to, the entire team in Southern Kern, I want us all to stay as positive as possible. We have 4.2 million unemployment job claims as of today in the state of California. So we know that is going to have some impact, hopefully not too dire, but some impact on education in the state of California. But I do want us all to stay as positive as we can. But I would like to finish today on a high note. I received this message from Charles Wallace, our Cadet Corps leader, and he sent me the email that Cadet Corporal Elias Luna, who is a freshman, was the first place winner in the first year cadet for Senior Cadet Corps' state individual major awards for the entire state of California. He was a first place winner. So my goal is that when we can resume to a normal meeting, that we will bring Elias in. And being that he's only a freshman, I can't wait. I can only imagine as he progresses through Cadet Corps what amazing accomplishments he will have. But I knew that you would love to hear that, and so I wanted to share that with you. So I think that's all I have tonight. Thank you.
Very much. That's exciting news. Board of Communications, I have a letter here from a report from Dwayne Moore, who's the Roseman High School ASB president. And he says, "Dear Superintendent Gaines, Assistant Superintendent Hargens, Board, and others, I'm writing this letter to give you an update on our wonderful high school. Our teachers and staff are working hard to ensure each student is still getting the reward of Southern Kern Unified School District and Roseman High School has provided. I have talked to the student body and then comments online learning is full, but they would rather be in school. Now for the prom, senior trip, and grad night, we have sent out referrals to all the students who had paid for these events, or refunds, sorry. For the class of 2020, we are giving them a ticket to a theme park of their choice. Most of the seniors have been based on Facebook for Adopt a 2020 Senior, and they are being spoiled in that way. The class of 2020 is patiently waiting on the answer on graduation. We're working on it, right? Our digital media team has put together videos of staff and students checking in and saying hello. Today, ASB ballot was sent out. There are 2 candidates for the ASB President Student Trustee. I would be happy to pass along my position to either one of them and well-rounded candidates. Voting ends on Friday. On March 4th, 2020, I didn't know it would be my last board meeting. I will miss my position, the student body, and all the board meeting, and all of the board meetings, and the whole district. I hope to see you all in the years as a teacher at Roseman High. Stay safe. Sincerely, Dwayne Moore, High School ASB President.
So you're talking about going to be a teacher, huh?
Yeah. You might be a principal, the way he's going. Or superintendent.
Yes, he told Sally and I yesterday, teacher is just on his way to having my best.
Oh, really? Is that what he said? Wow, that's encouraging.
Good for him.
Yeah. That's what I said. So, 14, 15,
Well, I've been doing a lot of gardening at home. And today I was working on a painting that I went to this little class and she said, paint this, and it's a picture of an ocean and a beach and a sunset and some palm trees. And then it says on it, relax. And so I just want to say, everybody relax. We have the most capable hands in this school district that I have ever seen. We have a fabulous superintendent. She has a fabulous administrative staff to back her up. We've got great teachers. We have so many programs. We're going to get through this. We're going to figure it all out. So please relax.
Thank you. Mario?
And everybody, I guess, watch it. I mean, we got
11.
11, 8. That's more than we get at our meeting. So, just keep on plugging away. Our teachers are doing a good job of doing the distance learning, which they're all working, so that's a real good plus. Also, thanks, Raleigh, for all your staff working tirelessly out here every week. And you guys haven't stopped at all, so thank you. With that, Jim?
I'd just like to say that I'm proud of our district. I think we're setting a standard for other districts. And it's nice to see that Southern Kerman is one of the top schools that's taken a bad situation and doing something great with it. And our staff is doing a wonderful job. The only thing I'm worried about is getting started back up and for Jonathan to really watch our budget, because it's going to be expensive to open back up and to provide all that we have to do. Hand sanitation, it's probably going to be on every corner of the school. That stuff's not cheap. Personnel, I can't imagine how we're going to do it with what we have. I'm sure the classrooms they're going to have to be cleaned every night. So it's going to be tough. So we've got some tough challenges to face when we open. We need to stay on course with our budget. And we can't expect any extra funding from anywhere. So I appreciate everybody really pulling together and working hard. And it's going to be another challenging year when we open, I believe. And looking forward to it. We've been handling the challenges, relaxing, and just day by day winning the battle. So I'm proud of what everybody's doing.
To get over that, I just want to thank Raleigh Davis. I always see him out and about working all hours, and I just wanted to kudos to him and shout out because he's a very good hard worker. And just to see the district just moving ahead with the building and the assurance that we're going to get through it, and I just want to thank you all for tuning in. Okay, consent items A through G. Do I hear a motion?
Does anybody have any questions? I'll make a motion if nobody has questions.
I have a question about the certified occupational therapists. They're just changing the wording on the job description for that?
In this current year, we have our occupational therapist. She is under contract. We hired her through a contract. We contracted with a company to have her. Now we would like to, and it was rather expensive, and so now we would like to fly a position at the set salary schedule that we received in the packet, and in hopes that we could find our own occupational therapist. It will be open to the public, and I believe the young lady that we currently have in that position
will apply. By the way, the salary schedule is fabulous.
I think that's good, because we've always had a contract for an OT person, and we have them on a payroll and our own, so that way they're more accountable to the IEPs and whatever needs to be done.
And it's actually cheaper.
It is.
It's actually cheaper.
Yeah, so it's a good thing. So,
So I need the motion?
all in favor? I
I'd
mean,
like the motion. A second.
Second vendor?
Yes.
All in favor?
Aye.
One absent. And the hearing public comment on the initial reopener proposal on the sunshine proposal. Ms. Gaines.
Well, I just will, I think Mr. Quellman pretty much summed it up. He, RTA has several articles that they want to negotiate. The whole contract is up for renegotiation. We have 13, and some of these are very minimal. They're just, we'll call them a little bit more intense. So, but after we went through the entire contract, we ended up with 13 that we'd like to make some changes to.
Okay, quick question, Madam President. Do we need to go into a public hearing when we really have no public?
Since we're doing Zoom, maybe we still need to go over the record. So-
Okay, then I will make a motion that we recess our business meeting and go to a public hearing.
At 7:37. Second by,
One second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Any comments?
Public, do we have any comments?
There
There
will
will
be
be
no
no
receipt.
Okay. No comments received?
And in that case, I will move that we recess the public hearing and go back into our business meeting.
One second.
At 7:38. The chair, second by Bender, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All absent. Okay, we approve the memorandum of understanding on COVID-19 between SKUSD and RTA.
This MOU is, as you may remember, we've already placed the MOU between CSEA and the district on the board agenda, and this is just the MOU that was finally agreed upon between RTA, CTA, and Southern Kern. And of course, all MOUs that we place, that I place on the board agenda, have also been approved by Skusd Meeting as well. So it just gives guidelines of what we can do and what the teachers can expect during COVID-19.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Bender, second. Robinson, all in favor?
Aye.
Personnel items, any questions?
I just want to say thank you to three of them that's retiring. It's three wonderful people that serve it. I hope that we get a little package, retirement package out to them and thank them for their service. They're going to really be missed in our district.
Yeah. Well, Charlie and shoot, Bob Bartel been here since before I left high school. They got hired about that time, so they've been here a long time.
I don't know if we have a retirement package for them, a little gift or something. We can put 99 cents in a budget or something, run down to the dollar store and buy something, that'd be nice. Instead of just saying goodbye.
Yeah, you can just bring them here, would be nice to be able to
Yes.
convene and have the three of them here. And we'll see if we have any other classified employees who retire also, may have some also charge all of them at one time. Just maybe we'll have a reception, community reception or something for them.
And well, wait a minute, I'd like to say, welcome to, Dr. Bolton, who's going to be our assistant principal at GMS, and congratulations, Mr. Shevlin, on
Their new position.
his new position, yes, thank you.
I'll make a motion that we accept.
Second.
All in favor?
This is just more of a procedural type thing that we have to do every year. Basically stating that it's sort of preempting the possibility that we may not be able to find enough credentialed teachers at the onset of the school year or even throughout the school year. We may have a need, and that we could bring in substitutes for a 30-day period that are not fully credentialed. So that's basically just sort of a procedural thing that we have to do. 30 school days, I think.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Aye.
This is procedural again, and by submitting this annual declaration, we as a school district are stating that we will do a diligent search for highly qualified, credentialed teachers. So that's basically what we're saying that we are going to do.
I make a motion, we accept it.
Second by Robinson, all in favor?
Aye.
Business, Rosemary Elementary School Phase 2 Kindergarten Project. Mr. Mark and Mr. Ortiz.
Thank you. Today we have our partners in our planning process for the all-day kindergarten grant which we received last October. And moving forward, so I'm actually going to turn this over tonight to Mr. Jaime Ortiz. And he is accompanied by our architects, Mr. Llewellyn and Rudy, and we'll review some options that are in front of us that we looked at committee level, but now we're going to full board for construction standards and votes.
Good evening, President and members of the board, and team. We, on behalf of Moody and Julie, we're happy to be here and share the progress that's been made over the past several weeks. Let me move to the next presentation. Okay. Thank you. So, we wanted to, and both Scott, Matt, and myself will be kind of talking and talking about different parts of the presentation. But we wanted to talk to you about a general site layout. We looked at several different options, several on one that would meet the criteria that requires. We have several different floor plans for you to review, and there's pros and cons of the different floor plans. We went through an exercise with different building manufacturers, and we asked them to give us a price with the same characteristics of the building, so we can compare apples to apples and bring that information to you, so you can make an informed decision as to which manufacturer you would prefer based on the information. We'll look at the two main manufacturers that we looked at and a comparison. So that's okay with everybody. Matt or Scott will talk about the layout and where we're located in the building.
Okay, thanks for having us here. So what we, like Jaime said, we looked at several different options for the campus to try and fit 6 kindergarten classrooms in there. And the thing that actually kind of drove this solution besides how it functions with the rest of the campus was also that it would meet requirements for fire access according to the county for distance and fighting fires and things like that. There's a lot of limitations. So the solution that we came up with, and just to kind of orient everybody, this is the part of your school parking lot we have here this year, just a kindergarten playground. So what we did is we took the 6 classrooms and grouped it into 3 buildings with 2 classrooms each. 2 of which will be down here on this end, on the west end of campus off of Glendower, and then the last 2 will be over here on the east end of campus, just below the last classroom building here. In doing so, these classrooms will have access to all this playground area here, as well as some courtyard areas around their actual buildings. And then this location allows us the opportunity for associated playground area here for these students. So that's really kind of the only way we can do it, because if we were trying to take this building and somehow shoehorn it in here, we looked at all these different options. You just get too far away from what you see right here, which are the fire access roads, which are also have to be a certain distance from all the fire hydrants that are available. So that's kind of drove some of the decisions. That's the only reason we had to kind of separate one classroom over here. But we try to keep it in as close to these buildings so that there's still easy access to the main campus and the rest of the opportunities there. And we came up with 2 different floor plan options for consideration. Each has sort of pros and cons. The model we're working within is a 40 by 72 foot building size, which is a standard modular, permanent modular building. And this layout you see here is very similar to what your existing classrooms, kindergarten classrooms are. Not only in square footage, but in layout. This would be one classroom, this is your other. There's a dividing wall between the 2. Each classroom has its own restroom. Each classroom has its own sink counter and a shared teacher's workroom here with doors off of each side. And that's really similar to the layout of what you have now on the existing kindergarten classrooms. The second option here is just exactly the same as that, except for it provides for a fully partition option here instead of a permanent wall in case it's decided you would want to open that up for partner teaching or collaborative learning between both classrooms. So it just kind of gives you a little flexibility. You do have some buildings on campus that already have those, but not presently at the kindergarten level. Okay. So that's the one option. The second option is a little different. It has a lot of the same components, but in this case, we grouped all the support spaces along one back wall, which actually, leaves this area just opening out to the playground area, whichever way it's facing. That it will all go up side, front and back, which is a little easier for control when you're, looking at the students, looking at, making sure you know where they are. Each room would have its own workroom, and its own restroom and sink and counter, very similar to the other one, just in a different orientation. This provides a solid wall here, and a wall here for placing things, windows on the front, no real windows off the back, just because, except for possibility of one off the workroom. And again, this is a very similar option, but just with the option for a full partition here. It is open through here in both options for collaboration and allowing additional access for the restrooms. Yeah, so, and
and all the hardware for the doors. Were those taken into consideration when we asked for prices?
We said, some of them were based on information provided by, Holly, but the reality is, we weren't as concerned, at this stage, to get exactly the same one. I think we have bar units, for the HVAC, and we have Slag and Von Duprin for the door hardware. The price that we received isn't exactly the price that we're going to be getting for the district. What we were interested in
Make sure they were both the same.
getting the apples to apples comparison. And once you decide we're going with manufacturer A or manufacturer B, then we start to customize it based on the district standards. So you're going to get exactly what you want, the type of door hardware, the type of mechanical unit, all the specifications that are standard by the district. But it's not at this level because we didn't really want to get into, I've got this one versus that one. We just wanted to say that.
Okay.
So you can make a decision, and then we're gonna start to tweak the design. So the two manufacturers, originally we were looking at three manufacturers. One, some of you visited the Palmdale School District. The roof line had issues, so we wanted to focus on most manufacturers, modular manufacturers that were able to provide that pitched roof. So AMS, as you can see, has this pitched roof system with a standing seam metal roof. They have piggyback contracts, which are very important because your project, one of the main constraints we have is timing. We have to get under contract by middle to late October. So that is the driver of this project. So whoever we choose has to have a piggyback already established, which means that you don't have to go through the entire bidding process to award a contract. Another district has already gone through that process. So AMS has the pitch roof aesthetics that we were looking for. When you look at their website and all their marketing material and their entire approach to their product, they're focused on quality. That's their main selling point, is that we're going to give you great quality materials. The process, the assembly of our buildings are very much focused on quality and quality assurance and throughout their entire process. And we've had Sloan & Moody, as well as our company, has had really positive experience in terms of responsiveness from AMS in terms of when there's an issue, we call them out and they're right there with us. So it's both along. So that is AMS. We asked them to give us a price based on the previous specs. For the 3 buildings, it came in a little under $2 million. And cost per square foot is a little under $230 a square foot. The second manufacturer that we looked at was Silver Creek. And Silver Creek, their entire focus, again, looking at their sales material, their websites, their focus is on giving you the most bang for your buck, giving you the best product at the lowest price possible. And their entire approach and their entire focus of their manufacturing process, how can we cut costs and give you a good product that at a very low price. They also have the pitched roof aesthetics, and they also have a piggyback contract. Their price for all 3 buildings was a little over $2 million. And we were surprised by this because of having dealt with both companies in the past. When we compared apples to apples, Silver Creek was slightly higher than AMS at $243 a square foot. So slightly higher, but very comparable prices with the other. So when you look at key indicators, both of them have pre-approved PSA drawings. They have a piggyback contract. We're able to commit the funds, which is again being constrained by mid-October. Both of them have solar panels, solar skylights if we wanted to. One difference that is between both manufacturers is that Silver Creek installs several here on site when they bring buildings out, and AMS installs several in their factory. So it's a climate-controlled factory that is closed off the elements. They install the stuff over there and bring it out, and you have a finished product, finished wall when they're installing. That's the difference between both. So we wanted to share this with you, and ultimately what we're hoping to get out of this meeting is obviously have a conversation, have you ask questions, but hopefully be able to select going with either Silver Creek or AMS, and select a floor plan for which one you'd like if it's the same floor plan for all 6 classrooms, or if we wanted to 2 different floor plans, for one for the east and one for the west, that's fine as well. So we wanted to have this conversation, present you information, and be able to have a conversation. That's fine. So if there are any questions, we'd be happy to answer.
one question that had not come up, on the east side classroom, there's a gas line that runs the full length of our property.
Yes,
And
we're aware of it.
okay, you're
And we
aware.
actually placed that building away from it.
Okay.
There's also some power lines in that general vicinity.
Right, there's a big,
There's a switch gear, there's the old.
Yeah.
All of that. is-
Yeah, we're aware that, coming through here, you have a water main that runs all the way up to here also, right now where this fire hydrant is.
Right.
In the bottom to serve the community that way. And there's a gas line that comes in here and then turns in to serve the gas meter here. And there's another line that in the utility surveys we've seen was called out as unknown and kind of stopping here. And Rod and I were discussing it after our last meeting, and we were over at the site, kind of looking and comparing notes on what we've noted have been and things like that. And there was some decommissioning work down here where they disconnected some things, but we're not certain if it's that or if there's still another line work that is not very well documented. So Raleigh actually has the gas company coming out tomorrow to map out everything here and show us exactly what's there. So but at any rate, it's all sort of over in this area, and that's why we're setting our building over here. It's also, this building also, just like the preliminary plan, is we're looking at it. We're gonna shift this down a little bit closer to this building, just to make sure we're out of any of the area where the old pressure tank and the old well is right by this fence line here, so we weren't into that anyways, but we're trying to stay clear of that whole thing over there.
Okay.
Just because of the
Right.
and it will also afford us to probably take this fire lane through the existing route here instead of creating a new drive approach there. So that'll save everyone to that we looked at it last week. So,
It just dawned on me one day that, there's a line that goes through there.
yeah.
We looked at it early.
We actually, if you remember, we had the classrooms down here.
Mm-hmm.
We ended up, we were putting in, I think, a third one when I was in preschool. That was discovered too, and then we had to actually shift it like around 10 feet to avoid, any conflict with that.
I remember that.
As long as you don't discover it with a backhoe.
Yeah.
Well, that was the lead pipes we found in the middle of where it was some old lead pipes that had been just discarded, just left there.
Oh,
And then when we were doing the dirt work, they all came up and, gee, what are we doing these?
I know you had cement floors. Concrete. Is that, how thick is that? And what's the warranty on it for leveling and so that they're sitting on pillars or jack stands or?
So they have a perimeter concrete foundation
Okay.
that is typical for these buildings. So they'll actually be set at grade, there won't be any ramps, so that's fine. It's called a lightweight concrete, so it fits into a steel corrugated can. So the whole structure is about 3 or 4 inches, but it's very rigid. It doesn't have the bounce like we have in floors like the regular 24 by 40 classrooms. So they're very solid, they're very permanent. There's no cracking, because underneath that are the structural steel supports. So think of it as kind of like an apartment building where they do lightweight concrete floors on the second floor. You get that solid piece, plus it also has some acoustic value.
They also, if I remember what, when we looked at the jet highs, they also do concrete center sections that everything sits on.
Yes, yeah, they do have pillars in the middle of
They're actually,
buildings.
they're like little,
Yeah, there's
Footing.
like almost footing walls,
yeah.
yeah. And then underneath that would be a subconcrete base, which will allow, should any water get underneath it, will have the ability to get that out. So it'll be very dry, conditioned space. For all intents and purposes, these will look very much like the other buildings on the campus. That's why it was so important to get the roof pitch, and the material of the roof, as well as the stucco to match. We still have some other things that we can do, such as matching the window types. There's little that's some of the things that we're going to finalize once we select the manufacturer. So on the new old building, it's different because you're making a decision tonight, but the average person will see it when it's completed and go, it's more classroom time.
And just so you know, you'll end up having two contractors that you will have an action on. The first contractor will be the modular manufacturer. They will build the buildings at their site, truck them to the site and crane them into their location. So that's, and do finishes and then make sure everything's working properly. You will have a second contractor that will prepare the foundations, that will prepare all the site work and all the infrastructure to tie into these buildings. So just as an FYI, you'll have two contractors on this project, both doing their own.
And then tonight we need to decide on site layout, which the only real one that we have is 4 and 2, because all the others did not meet any of these fire code regulations that we needed without spending a bunch of money to change. So
I think the committee kind of gave us some
Right.
guidance that this was the most appropriate layout.
yeah, the committee being Mr. Hanson, this one here, because this one here, we have fire access to everything without spending a bunch of money putting in new hydrants and all that other stuff in it. There was a crowding problem on putting the 6 or 3 buildings, 3 classes. And also that we,
This is the one we're going on right now.
right, also,
That's the fun.
this side layout, and then also we have to agree not to spend more than the $5,576,000.
Soft costs with fees, furnishings and equipment, but that's an awful lot of money in order to modifications.
That's all, I thought $3 million to hook them up and do all the permits is quite a bit of money.
Yes, our guess is, at the end of the day, there should be a fair amount of money for furnishing. None of us are having it hard for
I like this layout, and I like the idea of moving that building down, so with that adjustment, I don't know how to say that. Right, but with that layout adjustment,
We have a motion.
I second the motion.
Robinson seconds it.
It was Bender.
And then second by Carson.
Yes.
All right.
Next is
We have to approve the floor plan, which is this.
So remember we have 2 buildings here and another one over here. And we have 4 different options of floor plans. We have these 2.
What's the square, it looks like there's so much more room for, area on that option now. For the kids to be doing their work, playing, whatever kindergarten kids do.
Both, all 4 options are exactly the same
Square footage for the playing area,
the open areas.
for the open areas. But go back, you got a little square there between the offices and the bathroom that you're counting. And that really isn't, you got people going in and out of the office, the bathrooms.
I think you.
It's not a good area for a nap.
No, but this is the current layout, of your existing, right, so
Yeah.
that's the point of departure that we started with.
So, I have a question. When these are put in, is there a problem with flipping them? Like, so that,
They're fun to do.
Yeah, these aren't oriented for the site plan per se, they're just, shown as comparison floor plan.
right, but I
So
mean,
what you're saying is like, so if this is.
so that the
this
entrances are facing each other.
Yes.
Yeah, so on the two that are together on the west side, the intent is to have the front, in this case, more likely probably the teacher's workroom, so they were looking out to where the students might be outside. So both teachers' workrooms would face each other towards the interior
Yeah,
floor.
that's perfect.
If it's a fix.
I think a fix is, they're noisy. Kids are noisy.
Yeah.
Let's talk about what that wall is really all about. Now you said an accordion wall, or maybe, really these are acoustic walls. If you've been in like a ballroom, okay, and you know how they separate rooms from one to another? And yes, you can have two big loud parties going, but normally those walls are designed with a noise-reducing material to really allow two classrooms to work side by side. And you actually have that already existing in this campus in some of the classrooms. So whether the value of it is it gives you some flexibility. The only difference is you open that wall. You probably don't do it every day, but maybe a couple
What's the
times a year.
difference in cost?
Obviously, the fixed walls are cheaper, but you have more than enough money in this to consider the full walls. You may want to have it in one of the buildings. That's what I think we were looking at. Is
Yeah, one
of the
far
three
one.
buildings.
The far one,
Yeah.
maybe you use it something else.
These, I would suggest, I'd say, fix myself, but that's me.
Yeah, I like this layout as well too, because it's already similar to what we have now.
Right.
With the fix,
With the
the
fix.
fixed version,
Right.
which is
With
A,
the-
1A.
Right,
Yeah.
yeah, the one on the, that's there, yeah, I think.
Now,
I just think the folding wall offers flexibility. You don't have to use it,
right,
but it's available to use if you want it.
Yeah.
And so I like to have it in all the
Is
buildings.
it pretty sturdy?
Very sturdy.
the other one, that picture there, definitely want to go with that one on the far end wall.
Right, for sure.
Because if we say we don't need all the classrooms for kindergarten at that moment, that allows us to use that classroom for, say the kids are going to go do a project. We slide the wall back out of the way, and now you have this huge room to do whatever we need to do. So at least on that one, I would like to see.
It offers the teachers the ability to teach and to split their groups according to, needs of the children, these children need more help than this. And I just think the flexibility of the moving wall is worth it in kindergarten, yeah, because
Now, I know in the other grades, yes, because we do, I guess the proper word is collaborative teaching.
I'm gonna ride my bicycle in it.
So I could see where you do like a day where,
have you
like
ever
a
taught
competition.
kindergarten?
Are you kidding?
I have.
I had enough time to teach at college, so. And I mean, those kids didn't listen either.
So, who likes this design here with a solid wall?
I like this one with the partition.
With the partition for the far one?
Yeah.
For the far
But
one.
in
I agree with that.
In the other buildings, I like the solid. Ladies, I like the solid.
H and I, yeah.
Okay, let's vote on a far building.
Well, it's,
Yeah, because there's two different buildings. I mean, we can do two different designs. Now, a quick question for Raleigh before we do any voting. Maintenance wise, what is going to be easier to maintain in a kindergarten setting on these buildings here?
I'm a fixed wall guy, just because we've had trouble with, and I'm not picking on anybody, but we've had problems with people trying to open the partitions.
And
And
that's
they fell down, 2 of them fell down,
I agree.
and so that's why I'm a fixed guy. So
I like the vision.
I would say just in those buildings there, H and I. J, I would do something else, but anyway, that's my opinion.
Let's go to J. Can we go to, I like this floor plan for J with the movable wall.
This version here.
Yes.
That gives you a wide open area for whatever you want. Yeah.
Just for the east building.
Okay.
We all agree?
Everybody's
I
on there?
agree, that's for the
Okay.
east building and the other 2 are for the west.
Now, on this one, I like the other design, where you go, no, where everything's on one side. I like that building with solid walls, but whatever you guys want.
I'll tell you what, if you do that, it's best to have them all the same. Because if a teacher comes in, well, I'd rather have this building and blah, blah, blah. Everybody's the same.
The
everybody's
best
wrong.
teacher gets the good building.
I like it just
I was gonna say, that's the dangerous thing to do.
everything the same, yeah, let's
Okay.
continue
So
to.
everything the same would be all the classrooms on the west side
The
Yeah,
same,
like the H.
which would be
The
that.
bathrooms are on the end.
with the solid,
Yes.
with the solid.
And that's how they are now, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Except with,
As long as we go
with
with the
the
same,
two,
with the
you know,
H.
facing in, so the entrances are.
Right.
Right.
Okay.
So are we, is everybody nodding their head?
Yes.
Yeah.
On this
On
one
H,
for H and I,
Yes.
Yes.
and everybody's nodding their head
On the J.
On
this one,
Yes.
on J.
On the east one.
Okay.
Now, I was gonna ask Leanne, since she's both pilot and administrator at one,
What do you think?
what do you think on that?
I like your plan of J, having the partition, but I am not for all. I know there are some teachers, that are able to do that collaborative teaching. Others that, passionate about person next to me is allowed. I prefer this one.
And how about all the bathrooms and the teacher stuff on one side? Or do you want to split?
Well, I think the way you're looking at it kind of, everything on one side, but the way you look at it here is you have all of that side, all of the space at the bottom, and a lot of it at the top.
Yeah.
So I think it would even,
So what you do with that little space is you can have a little dormer table.
Cabinet with all the backpack stuff that gets put away.
And puppies and storage and.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Small group area.
In your small groups and all that, and I like this, I like staying with the same layout as the others. Okay,
So there's like 1A, just for the motion,
Okay.
1A for H and I, and 2B for J.
Yes, I'll make that motion that we accept it as we just stated.
And I'll second that.
I'll third.
Mario. And then, Robinson, all in favor?
Aye.
One absent. Okay, the building manufacturer section.
The cheapest one.
Well, that was, what was surprising is when they first brought this up in our committee meeting, AMS was more expensive. Then when we said, okay, let's compare apples to apples and give them the exact specs on each one, what we're looking for. And all of a sudden, the cheaper model came out more expensive. It's because, like, when you go to buy your car, you go to buy one that doesn't have air, and then have the air added on later, it costs more, and it's usually not as efficient if you already have everything already built in. So, in my opinion, AMS is the way to go.
I don't like it. You said it's not apples
See
to
the
apples.
pictures of the buildings
It is,
again?
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
That is apples to apples?
Yeah.
This is apples to apples, yes. It wasn't, when we first got initial proposals, they just go with whatever they're.
But now let me ask you another question. When we start asking door handles and windows and proper siding, proper stucco, what's gonna happen to the prices then?
The price will change.
I mean, one may throw it in for the 2 million, and the other one's gonna add another 200,000 for all that. So we're really not apples to apple on a mill yet. And we tell them exactly what we want, right?
Well, here we asked both of them, give me with the exact same specifications, and we told them what those specifications were.
Yeah, but it's not exactly what we want. It's like telling them we want a building with no windows and doors, then all of a sudden we have to buy windows and doors, and this company's charging us a lot more for it than this one.
The reason we needed to, one of the reasons we needed to decide on which one we go with, because now we start to customize it, and it's a different route to customize with A versus B. At least that's how I see it.
So there's probably about 3 or 4 key things that Raleigh will want to make sure is accomplished. We already have hardware in there, so it's not like we're going to see another $20,000, $30,000 worth of, over and above what we've already asked for, because the hardware that we already had in there is pretty fair quality. The second is you might want to change the window sizes a little bit, but they already have windows in it, so it's not like we're adding more windows, we're just changing the dimensions. The third, I think, was the HVAC systems, and we haven't really talked about that. That will, if we change from what their standard sort of bar unit that you see in the back and something else, that's where we will see a delta, but it's a more costly system to change from that to, let's say, a split
But a
system.
more efficient system.
Way more efficient.
Way more.
Yeah, okay. So one of the other things that we also are looking at is the long-term value by doing some of these upgrades. First of all, for maintenance, but if we change the mechanical systems, we're also looking at the quality of indoor air quality, which is actually going to be very important post-COVID. So there's things like that. There may be some finishes that we might want to look at that are easier to clean. But we already have surfaces, so it's not like we're putting marble on, so we're going to find a competent material. But it's just going to be those tweaks that I think that we're talking about.
But that's gonna be done before, we're not gonna remove a window, make it bigger, and install a different window.
No.
That'll come.
It'll come from the manufacturer as
Okay, as we
as
want.
you choose.
Okay.
That's right.
And the details the details that we're gonna be choosing as well are, the tile, half right now, we got half carpet, half tile. What type of tile do you have? What's the brand? And are we okay with that brand? So those are, like Scott said, you're already quoting the tile, so the difference isn't gonna be,
Yeah, okay.
tremendous.
What's the stucco thing on there that says that the stucco's not installed with the fabric?
Okay.
Okay, the finish on the outside
Right,
is already on the building when it gets here with one company. On the other one, you have a rub finish, and then they have to finish the final.
but they're gonna do that.
Oh, they'll do that. It's just more expensive to do it on site than it is at the warehouse.
But that's included in their.
Well, yeah, because they got
They have to
control.
come back out, right,
Yeah.
they have to come back out and finish it up,
Right.
or you have it in that comes
Which is the best way if it cracks and
Yeah, it's all
something.
done.
And-
Well, if it cracks, they will repair, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, so, but at least it's all done, set, you just have it all ready to go. Then having to set it, and then having a company come out and do the stucco, and then.
And then so that's their fixed price, that's it.
So we got voting
Can I
on that?
see the picture?
So, we're not voting on the price.
We're voting on the company.
Yes.
But that's what,
Do we further negotiate and design with with AMS or with Silver?
so now that's not gonna go up to 2.5 million tomorrow, right?
No, I wouldn't think so,
I
It
mean,
is, we're going to come back and tell you about it.
and then we'll say we'll go somewhere else.
We're gonna come back and approve the contract anyway.
Okay.
So you're gonna see the contract anyway.
I make a motion to go with AMS.
And if you look at, these are all preliminary, they all say preliminary,
Yeah.
meaning that we're just, at least get going and then go from there.
This is so
This is Silver Creek. This is AMS.
Is that one of the buildings in the bottom?
Yes.
That's an AMS building?
I like the compliment.
So we're going to definitely, ours a little bit. I ain't even gonna worry about it. It won't have that window.
Correct.
Okay.
And I've actually driven out to see, is Losona AMS or is that Soviet?
The Gen 7 building, wasn't it?
Oh,
No.
No.
That's concrete. That's tumbleweed.
That was something we did. I went and looked at that one and we walked around inside it and I liked the way the floor, we all three did.
So our finishers, everything's gonna look the same? I mean, if I look at that building, it's gonna be very hard to tell the difference.
right, so,
There might be another.
so like you have a blue roof, we'll have blue roof. Same.
And it'll be also a pitch.
Like I said,
Yeah, it's a little off, but not enough to be able to, unless you get a mover out there.
Yeah, it's like,
Question for you, Scott. I've heard all three of you, Matt and Randy, discussing, because you've seen both, the work of both of these companies. I think it might benefit the board just if you briefly, and I know what your answer is because I've heard you all three give that answer, but maybe tell them why your opinion is what it is with regards to these two companies. Did you, what I heard about AMS that has stood out, resonated with me, is the fact that their focus is on quality. And I think there's something to be said about that. You know, a company that is their, everybody that knows that company knows that is their claim to fame, basically, is the work and their quality of their work. So could you maybe share that a little bit with the board?
certainly, we're just finishing up a project with them, well, we've done two, because of the Gen 7, which is also made by AMS. We're just finishing up a 20 classroom addition down at Clark High School, 2-story. So a little bit more complicated, but basically the same classroom types, et cetera. Everything we've seen, and Matt and I have probably done 20 projects with them over the years, it's always been, it's not just the quality of the work that they have, it's the quality of the people and how they respond. And in this day and age, having people that are willing to roll up their sleeves and work through whatever the issues are is worth something. It takes a lot of pressure off of the architects, the engineers, the project managers when they come out with a quality project, and now we're dealing with very limited details. Silver Creek has been a good firm to work with. The challenge we've always had is they do a lot more on-site work, such as the stucco. It takes longer, there tends to be more coordination issues, but their product is fine. There's nothing wrong with their product. And I think if you're looking at this from the value that you want to derive over the next 30, 40 years of the building, I think you want to think about that issue of value driven, but more importantly, how it gets done in the interim. It's going to be equally important to this team.
Okay.
All right. Motion by Bender, second by Robinson, all in favor?
Aye.
AMS.
I didn't hear it.
He said the motion 10 minutes ago.
Now we need to do a resolution for getting the soil work done and getting getting all the
Boring.
all the dirt work, basically getting it done. Earth Systems is who we worked with when we built and they actually have a lot of the certificates still for the first pad. So I think it'll be a little cheaper to use them. So I would make a motion that we accept Earth Systems for the geological engineering.
I'll second.
We got a bid from them?
Yeah, we already did.
Did we get a bid from somebody else, too?
We didn't.
I do anybody else?
I've actually used Earth Systems personally with stuff, and I don't think anybody has ever beat them.
Just because they already did the work that's existing. Well, yeah, but they already worked on the site a little
In other words, they
bit.
don't have to do a lot of boring at the already prepped site.
Well, I don't know about that. I'd like to have a second opinion. I mean, we just don't, how much is it? I mean, it's gotta be
what, 1900?
9,000.
I remember there was a 9 in there. Oh, yeah, we worked with
There was a
them.
lot of,
They did every school project that we've done, from the new gymnasium at Tropical Football Stadium, West Park Elementary School, and the new Rosemont Elementary School.
No problems, everything went smooth?
Yeah, I mean,
They're locally based? Okay.
yeah, they're local, and, I mean, they're all over the state of California, but they are local here to us down in Ponte.
Okay. We'll make motion. Get
I'll
it.
second it.
Second. I'll second it.
Okay. Motion by Tara, second by Bender. All in favor?
Aye.
And that's it.
I motion that we adjourn.
Robinson, second by.
Is that it? Anything else?
Well, you have anything that you want
I think so.
to? Okay.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, we got it. So,
Yep, thank you very much, appreciate it.
Second
Board
by-
is taking the initiative to get this done tonight.
Second by Sanchez, all in favor?
Aye.
And that's it. 8:30.
Thank you guys, we appreciate it.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
I do. I want to go to Fort Myers.
So, as soon as I get the gas company,